shloka what we have, which we covered it just as a description, and this one will take the whole 1 hour, I think so, about what is the tyagi.
Okay.
So let's look at what is the nature of the sattvic person in terms of tyaga. Na dveshti akushalam karma kushalena anusajjate tyagi sattva samavishtaha medhavi chinna samshayaha. So in our body, which is the one which is doing tyaga? Can you tell me that?
You are asking which part of the body, yeah? Tyaga.
Yeah, it can be which part of the body or which body or whatever it is. There is something in our body which does tyaga all the time. It only knows to do tyaga.
Is it a heart beating?
No, no, no. Think it over, take as much time as you want. I have no problems.
It is Stula Sharira or Sukshma Sharira you are talking about?
I'm talking
Tyaga.
about
Or
stula.
combination.
No, 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 no. I'm talking. I have not
Stula.
gone to the. Yeah, I'm talking about stula. We've not gone to the Sukshma
Okay.
Sharira and Karana Sharira.
Stula Sharira. See, when we walk, our bottom of our feet touching ground and then supporting us, it's going through the pain and all that. But I don't know whether that is Tyaga.
No, there is something in our whatever we call as body which does tyaga all the time.
The stomach.
No,
It is not Tyajya, right? It is Tyaga.
which one?
See, Tyajya means whatever is digested, it is pushing out. That means it's like either in the form of water or in the form of liquid, solid and all that.
Yeah, that has got nothing to do with tyaga.
Nothing to do. That is its duty. Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a clue. Okay. Is it one part? Is it the whole?
You give one part, let's say.
No, no, no. I'm asking a question
Ah,
as a clue to the answer. Is it one part or is it the whole?
okay.
It's the whole body. No?
Yes. The whole body is doing tyaga.
That's true. Everything is in the nature is doing tyaga.
Yes, for the Purusha.
Yes, everything. You see, everything it is doing tyaga, including the sun.
Okay. One question here. Take a human body. Till you are reaching that adult, it's a formation. Energy is accumulating. and after reaching that, then it is deteriorating. Is it that deterioration is a tyaga, or even accumulation is also tyaga?
No, it is not accumulating. It is coming and going and coming and going. It is not staying, it is not holding at all.
Yes.
From childhood till day, nothing is holded by the body. And when the mind starts holding it, it gets into disease.
Yes, correct. Entire body is changing.
But it by itself is not.
But yeah. 1 minute. Yeah, the entire body is changing, but this mind is also changing, right? Only behind the mind, the witnesser is not changing.
No, that we will not come to witnesser right now, because if you know the witnesser, then there is nothing more to be done.
Okay.
You are already realized.
Yes.
So
Yes,
right now,
you are right. I think the whole body is changing every, I think, few days completely.
Completely, and it is not worrying. It is not asking for permission, and it is not feeling bad also. I was doing very happily. Now I have to grow a beard, and the person will cut the beard, and that body will now start to fight with that person. How dare you cut the beard? Or somebody, or we all want to brush our teeth. It's not fighting, saying that how dare you brush the teeth. So that's a tyaga. So in that case, why are we so attached to something which is stupidity? The body is not doing it at all. What do you think? Body has got nothing to do with what we are thinking.
Yeah, that's true. That it does its job. That's it.
And it is not asking for any appreciation.
Right.
Please appreciate me. So if we eat more, that eating more is coming from the mind, because it has raga in that. But the body is not fighting, saying that how dare you feed me so much. If you feed, it becomes heavy and it will accumulate, and the person becomes fat, meaning the body will increase its size. If you don't eat, the person becomes lean. So when it becomes lean, it means that the number of cells have to die, because those many cells are not required, and those many fluid also is not required, and so much amount of skin is also not required. So all of them are not required, and it doesn't fight, saying that okay, how dare you do this. And when the body gets fever and all that, the body is getting fever and it knows what to do. It is not asking for anybody's permission. And the number of cells which die due to fighting with the intruder, like in the case of today what is happening, there's so many cells which are dying. They are literally giving up their life. But why is this human being so obsessed with whatever he is trying to do? That is very stupidity. So what he says, na dveshti akushalam karma. So in relation to action, the person behaves like what the body will behave. If he wants to see his body as an embodiment of himself, he will not have any disagreeability or agreeability at all from the viewpoint of others. So let's say somebody comes to me and he says that, Vilas, you're grown fat. What do you think? Does Vilas can grow fat? What do you think? Anybody can answer.
Can you say the question again?
I'm asking,
Vilas?
if somebody comes to my home and says that, Vilas, you've become fat. Does Vilas become fat?
No, it's a body.
It's a body. So why am I answering to it then?
Because we have abhimana of body. We think it is we.
So now if there is agreeability or disagreeability, it is in the mind, it is not in the body. Then I will give an explanation that, as you know, that this is a lockdown, so I cannot go down, and I used to exercise, now I'm not able to exercise. All of that unnecessary things I am putting in. So I'm not doing any tyaga. And I say that I'm doing so much of yogasana and doing Surya Namaskara, this one, that one, all of that. Actually, all of that is done by the body, not by you, not by me, basically. So instead of feeling gratitude towards body, I am making it get into pain, saying that, okay, you stupid body, you become fat, so let me make you lean. In fact, if I do that, at least it's better. I'll say that, no, I have not become fat. I have become lean. And then the other person will say, no, earlier you were lean and now you're fat. So now argument happens. Because there is disagreeability. And another thing is that somebody is very lean and he looks very trim at that age. So then there is an envy. Because I want to become that. So if I have that kind of mentality, then it is not sattvic. So this is the thing what I need to check. What is the state of my mind? That means if I am comparing with somebody, that means it is rajasic, it is not sattvic. So sattvic person will not have any viewpoint on anything at all. He will just smile. Somebody says, he says, oh, I see, okay. So there is no hatred nor jealousy. Both are not there. That means raga and dvesha are not there. And from the Tyagi's own point of view, the agreeable action is nothing but what action that needs to be taken at that point in time. So in relation to body, whatever that needs to be done, he will do it. Not expecting anything in return, because the body is not expecting anything in return. And he knows that he is doing all this only for purification, which is to exactly mimic what is there in universal consciousness. That's all what he is doing. So when a person does like that, he will get into Chitta Shuddhi. So if we want to attain Chitta Shuddhi, we need to have Sattvic Tyaga, which means don't expect anything, just like what the body is doing right now. It is not expecting anything in return. If it is hungry, when the four elements are diminished, it will give a call through the brain saying that it is exhausted, please fill up. So the mind will then take over and say that what to fill up. Body is not saying that you fill up with me, let us say, neer dosa or uppittu or whatever food, likeable food. It just says fill up. The petrol is empty. So you fill up. It can be anything. So That is the basic aim of the sattva tyaga. So then the Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana becomes automatic. Now he doesn't have to read any scriptures or anything because it is automated process. So it keeps on working efficiently. So then in the 11th verse he talks about, since there are no questions, I am going to 11th. Otherwise I thought this whole thing will take 1 full hour. It didn't take that much time. Because
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Why it got over in 15 minutes.
Because there are no questions. But otherwise I wanted to know how to do it. And if that question was there, how to see it, then it would have gone into some more detail. Since the...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, how to do it. So you just have to observe, right? And then just do what is needed to do. So if you, I was just thinking, our body, if you consider like a machine, it can put any fuel and then it digests whichever kind of food. And it has that intelligence to digest and give us that food, that energy. Not like car and all that, they need petrol and diesel only.
Right.
And so if you want to do this sattvic tyaga,
Yes.
or it is not like doing, it is like how you are, isn't it?
You're just be.
Yeah, correct. So there's nothing to do here.
Nothing. The moment you do, it becomes karma.
Then it becomes rajasic, right? If you do something.
Yes. And when you do with some kind of expectation on that.
Yeah, correct. So it is just like there is nothing to practice, or it is just there. So there is, I don't know what you said, how to do it, you said, right?
I wanted to know how you were going to do it and nobody asked, so I thought let me skip it. And since you asked, then I have to answer to it. So,
Okay, fine.
So you have to do it.
I wanted someone else to ask that question.
So actually it is not that you have to do anything, you have to simply watch.
No.
You can watch within your body, you can watch within the nature, you will see everything doing yajna. We did this in that some chapter, right? Even this world is also formed because of sacrifices, or yajna, or tyaga, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So that's how you observe. There's nothing to do.
There is nothing to do. So how do you practice it in the mind? Now we have understood the body is not expecting anything, but mind expects, right? Now how do you do that?
Mind is...
Body was never expecting.
That's a question.
Now we are come to the right question.
Correct.
Now my question is, what do you want to do? And then I will answer what I can give you.
What do you want to do means how to be in this sattvic tyaga.
Yes. So what is your strategy to be in sattvic tyaga? This question is for all the three of you.
So the only thing which I can think of is whatever you have to do, you do it and not expect any results. So something needs to be done. If something food has to be cooked and given to people, okay, do it. Don't expect anything from them just because you are giving food to them. Or you making food, you put all the ingredients and don't expect that it is okay, it is tasting this good, that good, or whatever. So it comes naturally. If you are doing with a good mind, it tastes good. Or whatever. So if you are doing in something in the office, whatever needs to be done, you do it. And not expect anything from anyone, or not expect appreciation, not expect acknowledgement, and so on and so forth. So these are all things I can think of.
Yeah. But that still doesn't answer the question. It is intellectual, but how do you practice it?
This is how you practice it. No, it's not that you're thinking in your mind. When you're doing it, it has to come like that.
No, that's correct. But still, there will be subtle vibrations which happens, which create that karma.
Yeah, that's true.
So how do you remove that also?
So how do you remove that? I think you have to tell me. I know
I'm
only
going
this
to
much.
tell. 100% I'm going to tell. I'm prepared for
I
telling.
know only this much.
Okay. So let us ask other two.
So when you are doing Tyaga, when you are doing this, question is, what is the question?
How do you do practice Tyaga? Sattvic Tyaga. Not the other one. Rajasic.
Yeah, without expecting anything, you are doing something good. That is Sattvic Tyaga. Doing something because you don't expect anything. And then you are accumulating punyam now. So you have to enjoy that punyam till you have to exhaust your punyam for getting moksha. But if you do that Tyaga without in the mind that you are doing Tyaga, then you are not accumulating any punya karma. You are just doing it. But because Sattvic is attached, because it's a guna, and this is guna atita, without any of these gunas. So we have to remove that me doing that Tyaga from mind. To remove that mind from the mind, that me doing this Tyaga,
Yeah, I think you have to do it as Sakshi Bhava.
Sakshi Bhava, yes. Don't think from the mind.
It's not possible, but you are the mind. That again becomes theory. You are actually
Like
breathing.
this, Vilas. See, how we are breathing now, the breathing happens automatically. So we don't have any attachment. It happens. Similarly, the actions what we do out of this body, using our mind. So we have to drop our mind for doing it. But how to drop the mind? Because the mind is doing it.
No, that is what is the practice. I am asking how do you practice. I am not asking what you should do. For what you should do.
How do I practice?
What is that you want to practice?
Yeah, so yeah, maybe you have to be in awareness when you are doing anything. Then all the other things will automatically not come.
With the Tyaga Bhava only we should do it. That it is not me, na mama.
No, that is correct. See, you are telling what should be done. I am asking you how you want to do it.
How to do it?
Me want to do it.
You are preaching, but see what you are doing.
No, it is not preaching. What I'm telling is that is how I should practice. See, Jagrata Avastha for me is with the mind. Okay. And with the mind, when I am doing it, I should not give any attachment to that mind that, by doing this, I will gain something. Okay. When I decide that I will not gain for me, it is good. Then I don't have any problem with the results because I am not attached. When I am not attached, it is a detachment. That is what.
No, that is correct. But again, the question comes how. I'm not disputing on what you are saying. You are saying whatever you are saying. Attachment shouldn't be there. This shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. All that is correct. But how?
Practically, how to do it?
My question is practically how are you doing it, or how do you want to do it?
I want to do it with the sense of Sharanagati. Sharanagati is
Surrender.
It is a surrender. It is a surrender to whom? Surrender to myself. Many times I do that way only.
No, what do you mean many times? It doesn't happen
many
like
times, not throughout. Throughout not happens. When it comes to transaction world, it doesn't happen. But when I am alone, when my mind, that is the time it's possible for me because I am in the calm mind. When I am in the interactive mind, the calmness slowly goes away. It unknowingly enters into the space of transaction. There you have Rajasic.
No, that is correct. Now also you are in Rajasic. You are mistaking.
Yes.
You are mistaking that it is Sattvic. It is not.
No, now I am in Rajasic, I know.
Yeah. So the thing is, how do you come to Sattva? That question is, or the focus is on how. It is not on what. What we have learnt from 13th chapter onwards, it is all answers to what is given.
How is...
How are you doing
See, the
it?
moment I enter Rajasic, I should know that I am in Rajasic.
Yes.
And I know that. And that is the time when I am, before giving a response to other person, I will be thinking from the mind of, I have Rajasic, I should not interact. Let me bring my mind to Sattvic, then interact. When I bring it to Sattvic and I interact, the karya will start happening. So that is awareness. With awareness, I should deal. Basically, it's awareness for me. And I am doing it with the awareness very less time. Unknowingly, it's going from awareness to other side.
Fine. So still we couldn't get into how. No problem. So we'll ask Padma Shri.
Vilas, for me this awareness is there. No, when you explain that awareness in bits and pieces, I think our answer will come, because the awareness is not just, it is the fact that I don't know, I understood it like this: when you are doing anything without the feeling that I did it, that is awareness, is what I feel. Meaning, we are a part of the big equation. Something we have to do, so we did it. Kind of a feeling, if you are having, that is awareness. Because when you say awareness, I don't know what awareness actually means.
Yeah, because you are not experienced. No, because you are not experienced.
Yes. Yeah, I have not experienced it. Yes.
Okay, so
the people who have experience can tell, instead of just one word as awareness, if they are able to tell what that awareness is, then at least you will know how. When you are in awareness position, you will know what is awareness.
okay, in one line, if I were to give you, it is like light in a room, which is not bothered about what is there in the room, and that is awareness.
Right. No. Now you tell it to this meaning in this context. How do you put that?
In what context? In the question, what?
In this context of with awareness, if we do, and Lata answered with awareness because I felt that was right. With awareness, if we do, that is what is the meaning. For the question you asked, Lata said, with awareness, if we do, we will get that.
No, that is her reply. This is not my reply.
Yeah. No. I'm asking. I felt that was right. So in that context, if you tell this light in the room, how do you put it in that context?
See, first and foremost, what you need to do is you need to get to a stage of looking at light in you. Okay, this is mandatory. If that happens, then that automatically stays, that awareness stays. But there is other way of doing it, meaning you don't have to do it through light, because if you have not had that awareness, then you will not be able to get that. So the answer to this question of how to do it in Sattva is you have to treat everything like feces and urine. Any activity you do, just like you ate something, body is not bothered about what it is trying to do. It will process the food.
That's exactly what I told in the said that, okay, when we are doing something, we should not do that. I do in a fact way that I did it. We are a part of a big equation, so
Yes.
it happens through us. That when you are having that feeling always, that is my explanation of awareness.
No, that's correct.
So,
That is correct. But you should get that feeling. That feeling, what we are talking, right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying that feeling only. I'm not saying that just in thought. I'm saying as long as I'm getting that feeling,
That's okay.
that because of course I cannot. Meaning at that moment I'm not thinking that this is feces, this is urine, because I'm just thinking that I'm a big part of a big equation. When I'm doing something, I just did my bit.
No.
There. Meaning at that instant I did it. Not
No,
with
that will not
any,
work. No, Padma Shri, that will not work, because mind is extremely sharp. It will not allow anything to pass through. Even though the consciousness is the one which is doing, it will not allow the consciousness to pass through. It will always hold itself to pass through. So it is a practice that needs to be put. You have to really watch, like when you go to the toilet, what you actually do. And when you go for the restroom every now and then as urination, what do you actually do? That is observation. And you have to exactly do what is being done. And it's a practice. I'm not saying it is just an observation and leave it and then say that, yeah, that is how it should be done. No. I'm again saying that it looks very simple, very, in fact, trivial actually. But when you start practicing like that, you will come to know how difficult it is to be in that state. Because mind is extremely smart, extremely...
Yeah, Vilas. Hello, Vilas.
Yeah.
I have to just step out of this call. There is one of our employees. He's having 50% some infection, and doctor they're rejecting him to get into that hospital.
Okay.
So there's no bed available. I have to make some arrangements for him.
Okay, sure. Take care.
Okay, I have to just get into that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. So the thing that needs to be done is that we need to practice, meaning take the most trivialist of it. It's worth it to take the most trivial and practice it in the mind, because body is actually doing it in that same way only. It is not doing anything different. So we do the same, or that mind starts doing the same. So some people can take breathing as a process and do exactly like that, or excretion or digestion or assimilation or what circulation, whatever you want to take. And if we take that completely, meaning be that all the time, then mind will start focusing on it and it will leave the other things, other thoughts and other actions will go away. Yes, basically that is how the awareness starts. When we put any one of them, breathing or excretion or circulation or assimilation, digestion, all of that, any one of them or all of them, or whichever the person is comfortable to watch, if he is able to watch the process, and suddenly he will become aware of that which is doing it in every person, and then it will automatically turn itself into sattvic. So it becomes tyaga. So the mind doesn't interfere from then on. Any thoughts, Padmashri?
Okay, meaning, okay, see, it's all individual experience, right? You are saying it will never come, meaning mind is so sharp that it will never happen like that, you're saying. But I, without thinking of this, what you say, as I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm just saying I can get into that mode without getting into that that kind of what do you call? I understand when you are trying to bring that, it is like that virakta, meaning that giving up kind of a feeling. That feel, if you think of all those things, that giving up kind of a feeling will be there. But I still feel I can get it without the help of those kinds of things. I don't know whether you call this awareness. We don't call this awareness. I don't know, but meaning I may not have seen what awareness is, but then. I don't feel that it is always only like that you will be able to get it. Meaning, even without thinking about that, I can get that feeling that I am not doing this. Meaning, I can get that feeling. I can't explain it, but that is a feeling which I get. So,
no worries.
I am not fully aligned to the fact that you have to think like that to feel like that. You may look trivial, you said, right? It may look trivial, but you have to think like that to feel like that, you said. So I am not fully aligned to that. Or it doesn't happen to me like that.
Okay, done. You might choose any other approach, but the approach given in every scripture is that you have to make the value zero. How you bring it to zero, it is up to that individual. But
yes, yeah.
Yeah, but then in any...
I don't deny that you have to make the value to zero, but making the value to zero the way you are telling is one method, is what I feel.
No, it is
Meaning
not.
that is-
No, it is not one method. That is the only method which is adopted across.
that is what I am disagreeing with Vilas.
Fine,
That is what I'm saying. You
fine,
can make the value to zero without thinking that you're going for urine, you're going for feces. So I don't think that.
No, I didn't.
I don't get that thought. I don't get that thought when I'm doing it, but still I can get the feeling that I am not doing it. Only later when you are thinking, you feel all those things. Otherwise, meaning, I have a feeling that there are different ways and different people have different ways of understanding that. I am still a very small, because I know that you have understood what awareness is. You have seen the light in the room and all. I have not seen any of those things. So for me, in my own way, that is the smallest way of doing it, and I have felt that I have not been the one who is doing it. I have felt that it is being done, meaning it is so passive. I am not active with that. So I feel like that many times, and I have not used the method that you have indicated to me. But I'm not saying that is wrong. I'm just saying that method is not the one which I'm using.
No, it's not. It's like this. That is excretion. You have to choose one of the nature's process which is common across. If you take something which is not common across, it will not work. Whether you choose...
I'm using breathing.
Fine.
Right?
If you're choosing breathing, and you're able to see what happens in the two stops between the breath, and you're able to stay in that forever, then you have gained what you are supposed to gain.
Right. I have told you this before also. That is something which I have felt more, close to me, that between two breaths, the gap between two breaths, that is where the conscious, if you stay in that, you will realize what consciousness is.
Yeah, perfect. So if you're able to do that, then there is no need on this tyaga at all, because you are already a tyagi. Meaning, what that stop will indicate is, at that very moment, all relationship will ceases to exist. Meaning, you will get so disinterested in everything that you really know what to do now. You can now see all the karmas which are operating, and there are also karmas which are going to come in future. You are able to experience both, and hence you will stop doing karma. So if you are already practicing that, it is very good, appreciable, and that is the right way to do. So you are chosen breathing as a process. Somebody can take excretion as a process. Somebody can take circulation as a process, digestion as a process. And in Bhagvadgita he talks about digestion. So Jataragni, you can take anyone. That's fair. All brings to the same reality. But what happens when you see the reality? All relationship ceases to exist at once. And then you will come up with your own strategy how to deal with it. And if we all are able to get that, then 4 of us are in Sattvic Tyaga. If not, if there is an attachment or something like that, it means that still it is not Sattvic, it is still Rajasic, because there is movement. So the movement has not stopped. So we have to work on that.
Right. The only thing that I feel is that this is a way to do it. I'm aware that this is a way to do it, but I'm not doing it always. Meaning all my actions, I should be in that mode. Yes. I am not there in that mode in all the actions that I'm doing. So right. that is where I feel that there is a big gap. Meaning that fact that I have to be there in all my actions has to come as a, we call this as muscle memory, right? Meaning some things which we do very involuntarily, that the mind doesn't think at all. So like that, this should become a part of the muscle memory where
correct.
It should be like that. When I think, that is the only way I should think.
Correct, absolutely. So actually what happens, Padmashri, is when you are in that state, you will make that as a habit. It's like these other things are the habit what we have created right now. So you will have that as your habit. So slowly the remaining things will diminish. Yeah, it will go away. So that is the whole idea of doing it. But if you are in that, even for few minutes or few seconds, you have to keep on practicing that throughout the day. Otherwise what happens is that you become complacent, that okay, not now, we will do it later, and, and that goes away.
Yeah. And especially if you know the fact that you know how to do it and I can get it anytime, when you get that thought in your mind, you are very complacent is what I feel. Meaning that has happened to me many times.
Yes.
Anyway, now I know how to do that, meaning that feeling of not mine, meaning actually the true meaning of idam namama.
Correct.
That feeling is there. I try to bring it at times, but then when I know how to bring it, I always feel like anyway I know to do it too. Anyway I know how to do it, but that doesn't help. Anyway I know to do it is like saying I know the theory of swimming and I never got into the water.
Water, yes, correct. And that is why the reason I use the word mind is very sharp and very smart.
Right. No, I fully agree with you. I fully agree with you on that aspect. Yes.
Yes. Once it knows, it says that what is the urgency now? Anyway, I can do it.
Exactly.
Anyway, I can do it any point in time. So let me attend back to whatever I was attending.
Meaning we come back to our normalcy. This we take it as special.
Yes.
The fact that we need to do is that this exception should be the normalcy.
Yes, because that is what you are, and the other one is an exception. So
Exactly.
what has happened is that exception has become reality and reality has become an exception.
True.
Anyway, good. So considering that only, I said it will take 1 hour. So now we are on track. Okay, now the 11th verse, non-tyagi and tyagi. Nahi deha bhrita shakyam tyaktum karmani aseshatah yaha tu karma phalatyagi sahatyagi iti abhidhiyate. So the problem is answered here, like what you spoke, Padmashri. We are embodied in the body. Nahi deha bhrita shakyam. That means one locked in the body consciousness cannot abandon actions. Tyaktum karmani asheshataha. Asheshataha means without any residue. So most of us are pseudo, what I can say, sattvic people. Whenever that awareness comes, we are sattvic, and when it doesn't come, then we are whatever we are originally. And then we keep on doing karma, because that awareness is no longer available. Awareness of breath or awareness of circulation, awareness of whatever we have taken that as an object, that is diminished, that is gone, it's not there. So it becomes, I am doing it because this is my body. Like what is happening now on the disease, what is manifesting, because it is the human who is manifesting it. The disease is not manifesting it. Disease by itself is not manifesting it. It is the collective consciousness of people in fear and in anxiety, depression and all of that is giving energy to something which doesn't have to have any energy at all. But then the problem here is that since it has gone into tamas, the mind has gone into tamas, it creates vata, and because it creates vata, that is air, then it burns. It goes inside and fills up wherever it should not fill up. So the pitta will get completely polluted or corrupted or whatever we can call that as, and then the kapha, which is the stability, doesn't happen. So it gets completely distorted or disintegrated. And that is the reason why the lungs get completely filled up with phlegm, because of tamas, and rajas not properly working, and then there is no sattva. So the consciousness is completely blocked. So without consciousness, the person no longer can execute the way it is. So today's problem, what we have, it has become a physical, psychological problem, is that we keep on promoting pain by following and by, it's not that we should not help, or it's not that we should not find hospitals, we should not do anything, we should do it, but the fear, what is there in us, is tamasic, and that creates vata. So what in this shloka we can understand is, as long as we have deha brita shak, so deha brita, that is, I myself is the body, till that exists, that means the consciousness has come so gross that it believes that it is the body. Mind is far away. Tamas makes it the impossible possible, that is, the body itself becomes consciousness. And since body itself becomes consciousness, the mind would like to protect. It wants to protect itself, which is the body. So then the karmani cannot be removed. Tyaktum karmani asheshataha yaha tu karma phalatyagi satyagi iti abhidhiyate. So whereas the person who removes the fruit of action, because he is not doing any action at all, any karma at all, so there is no need for fruit of action, that person is atyagi. So now, because of we calling this devil which is there to come and try it out in everybody's home through consciousness, so it is coming. There is not even one person who is striving to throw it out. So anytime we speak about that disease and we give it a nama and rupa, and even though we have not seen that disease, that cell also we have not seen, that virus also we have not seen, however we are talking for hours together on that because of the deha brita. So the suffering is guaranteed. So there is no tyaga, and without tyaga the consciousness cannot be pure. So with impure consciousness only pain is ensured. Anything to discuss before I go to another shloka? No? No questions? Okay, I'll go to 12th. So, anishtam ishtam mishracha trividam karmanah phalam bhavati atyaginam pretya natu sannyasinam kvachit. So anishtam, evil ones, ishtam, good, mishran is mixed fruits. Trividam karmanah phalam, these threefold of actions. Bhavati atyaginam pretya. Preta is like disembodied soul. So this preta will follow wherever that consciousness is going. For the non-tyagi, na tu sannyasinam kvachita. That means this preta will not move to those who are tyagis. That means those people who have renounced both the body and the mind consciousness, as they are that, the karma doesn't go. Those people who believe body karma will follow. Those people who believe in mind karma will follow. Those people who believe in both of them follow. So body karma is I am the body, I am doing this, I am doing that, it is a body karma. Mind karma is I am thinking this, I am eating, I am smelling, I am tasting, I am touching, all of that. That is the mind karma. And both of them are there in every being. So karma of both will follow. So we get good results, bad results, and mixed results for the non-tyagi. And for tyagi there are no results because he has extinguished. So shall we continue the next few tomorrow? Because then we are going to come to actions.
Yeah, fine.
Minutes.
We have 6 more minutes, so we can still discuss.
Yeah, we can still discuss, yes. Nothing to discuss.
Nothing to discuss. That's good.
Yeah, so I think body karma is like whatever we are doing with our karmendriyas.
Yes.
Then feel that you are doing, then that is called body karma you mentioned.
Correct.
Then the other part is whatever with indriyas, that
Right.
hearing, seeing, touching. You feel you are touching, you feel you are seeing, then that karma will follow.
Yes.
Right? So sometime back we discussed about you should be able to see hearing as sound and sight as sight, like you keep mentioning.
Yes.
So that's what we need to get to.
Yes. If you get that, then no karma will follow.
Yeah, so actually if you are in awareness, then all this will automatically happen.
Yes. That is what it is. Awareness is all about removing the 5 senses and the 5 sense objects. The 5 sense object and the 5 karma indriyas.
Yeah, correct. The attachment towards those. So it is like you standing apart from all that.
Yes. And you are able to watch
But
every...
being like that is called awareness, right? It's not that because you are in awareness you will be like that.
No,
Being
because...
like that is called awareness.
No. You first have to become that, and then you are in awareness forever.
When I'm saying the sight as sight, sound as sound,
Hmm.
if you start to consider like that, that is called awareness. I am in awareness, that is why I can see sight as sight, sound as sound.
No, that is a very correct intellectual way of putting it. But experientially, what happens is you will experience sight as sight. The first time when you experience...
That is no, I'm saying that is what is called awareness, right? What else is awareness? Meaning, what is that? See, that is what are you seeing light always, and that is why you're seeing light, sight as sight and sound as sound.
No, it's like this. You will see the sound arising, staying, and passing away, like an electric light, exact like electricity. You will see it arising, staying, passing away, or like your lightning strike. That's all. And then you will also see when sight is coming, you will see that electrical impulses happening in all the 5 senses. If you are able to see that in everything at every point in time, then you are in awareness. That has to be experienced. In one of the senses, you should experience it. You will not be able to, make anything out of that sound. Meaning, somebody is speaking and some music is happening, something is happening, some mixie is running. All of that looks like an lightning. Not the thunderbolt, the sound which comes. I'm not talking about that. That lightning which comes. That is what consciousness is. It just comes and goes. That's all what it does. And you should be able to see it in all the 5 senses. And that gives you a different experience altogether. And then only the aspect of I goes away. Because now you see there is no I in the first place. Between sight and the eye, that is eyesight and the eye, The connection is this light which is coming. If there were no light, then there is no sight to see. Again, when between the ear and the sound, this light has to come, or this electricity, or that thunderbolt, sorry, the lightning has to come. That light has to come. Exactly like lightning, you'll see it. No other way of seeing it. You'll see it connecting like the lightning, and it connects. And when it connects, you can hear the sound. If it doesn't connect, there's nothing to be heard. So you have to experience. The same thing with the 5 karma indriyas, hands and legs and all of that. You will again experience the same. Then you know the 5 sense objects which are there have got no relevance. So the 15 things are gone, and then it opens up the Prithvi, Apo, Vayu, Tejo and Vayu, 4, and then the Akasha. So now you have experienced all the 20 through the mind, by the mind, but via consciousness. And that experience, if you were to have, is called as awareness. That is being aware.
And the real, the spiritual or the Dithyasana will start once you get the first glimpse.
Yes.
All that while we are just asking and understanding and all that stuff. The real journey starts, I think, at that time onwards. Then only you really know, okay, something like that is there, and that's where you have to be always.
Yeah, otherwise we know the concept and we'll say, now I know it. No, you have to experience it. And experiencing is, again, is like that electricity or lightning. This is exact lightning. There is nothing below or above lightning. Just lightning. It just flashes, goes away. Flashes, goes away. Flashes, goes away. When you turn your face, it flashes, goes away. Because the body turning is also through a flash. There is no other thing than the flash of lightning. That's all what is happening. And the same thing with my sound, right? So what the sound is coming, it's again the same. There is no difference. So that's if you see it once, then your whole viewpoint will change. Then the relationship ceases to exist, because what do you want to create a relationship with now? If there's nobody there except for that lightning, there is nothing else which is there. So what relationship will you do? So then the mind surrenders. Then you are in Tyaga.
Yeah, it has to happen.
It has to happen. If it happens, it's good.
You can just try and put the effort, but it has to happen on its own.
Yes, it will happen. So that's the reason, Padma Shri, I said it's like a light in a room. What I really meant is that as the light in the room doesn't bother about what is there in the room, you are also not bothering about what is coming or what is being heard, what is being tasted, what is being touched, what is being smelt, and what is being cognized through the mind. You're just a Sakshi. What is Sakshi is like a lightning. Just comes, and every time it just comes, goes. That's all. That creates a motion. So from I moving from one room to another room, it is the electricity which is moving, or rather it is making it move, this body move. Instead of I moving, I can now see the lightning is moving this body. Not I am moving anything. So when I'm hearing something, it's a sound which is coming, but it is coming through that lightning. It's not that I am doing anything of hearing. Space is there. Because space is there, sound is there. If there is no space, there is no sound. So the lightning connects and just leaves it. And in that, some movement happens. Again, goes away. Again, a lightning strikes. Again, it goes away. Again, a lightning strikes. So the mind is able to make up on everything based upon what knowledge it has got. So now we have got English or Kannada or Malayalam or Hindi or whatever it is. It's just a sound. But mind has the ability, or like a magician, it can translate that sound into meaningful way of interpretation. So it interprets and stays with that. But it is a lightning which is actually doing it. Mind thinks it is doing it. I am able to understand, I am able to see, I am able to hear, I am able to touch, I am able to smell. And there is no I there at all. It is just the lightning which is coming, going, coming, going. If we are able to see that 24/7, at least in waking period, then you have really seen what is the meaning of liberation, because you are that lightning only. There is no other thing than lightning. So the fear is not there. What is there to fear? And that lightning, when it opens up a huge light. It is brilliant, at least 100 times the sun. So they call it as 12 Adityas. It's so bright. And it goes away. Again it goes away. Again comes. Again goes away. So it's so bright. And you are that brightest of the brightest. But caught up in this 5 elements. So you throw it out. And now you are released. Okay, so now it is 9:36. We had more time.
Yeah. We got more time.
So this is what needs to be experienced. However you want, whichever way you take it.
Yep.
Okay, so shall we then end and meet tomorrow?
Yep, we can meet tomorrow. Yes.
All right. Okay then. Bye.
Bye.